Good morning, everybody. Got a little bit of a late start. Didn't leave the motel until 10 o'clock because it was in the 30s when I woke up this morning. No thank you. But the big news of today is very calm winds. Finally. I don't even know what direction they're out of. I just looked on the wind forecast and it was like 3 mile an hour, 4 mile an hour, 5 mile an hour, 3 miles an hour. Good. That's all good. I hope it stays like that all day. Right now I'm riding Highway 90 west out of Pascagoula, and I love the very wide shoulder in this section of Highway 90. It's nice and flat and straight. Good easy start to the day. I needed this. Legs are a little sore this morning, but I'm working that out. Glad I stayed inside last night at a motel instead of camping. Got down to like 36 degrees. No thanks. I was cozy in a motel bed with the heat going. No clue where I'm gonna stop today. Just gonna see how it goes. Cruising through Gulfport and Biloxi, where I've spent a lot of my life as an Atlantic Fleet CB. It's funny though, I was just texting my buddy. I don't think I know anybody in Gulfport anymore. It's been a long, long time. I got out of the CBs in 1997. And I'm just not that good at keeping in touch with people. Ah, it's gonna be a beautiful day, I can tell. Positive thoughts today. I don't know if that was a happy beep or a angry beep, but I took it as happy. Gave him a little wave with all my fingers, not just the middle one. Oh my God, I was so miserable going through Mobile yesterday. I'm so much happier so far today. Anything can happen. I am contemplating turning north when I get to Gulfport. Kind of thinking about going far enough north that when I continue to go west, I'll avoid New Orleans. After the hell I went through in Mobile, Alabama yesterday, I don't want to go through New Orleans. I don't know though, I haven't decided yet. So I just had a very brief conversation with a stranger that really kind of lifted my spirits a little bit about this trip. So here's a little explanation of what I'm talking about. In the last couple of years, I've watched a lot of YouTube channels about bicycle touring and riding across America, trying to research how to do this, you know. And almost every video I watched, almost every person I chatted and talked to said, oh, you gotta start on the West Coast, man. The prevailing winds are always out of the west. And that was my original plan. But then I chatted with a couple of people in person and online other cyclists and cyclists that have done this adventure before, and they said that they did it starting like I'm doing right now, starting from the East Coast riding west. And according to those people, the prevailing winds are aloft and have nothing to do, or very little to do, with the winds at the surface, and that the winds at the surface change constantly, and sometimes you fight it, sometimes you don't. So logistically, I don't know if you heard that because it's a dump truck, but I was saying logistically it made more sense for me to just ride from home. So that's what I did, and I rode from where I've been staying in Lecanto, Florida, to the East Coast and hung out for a couple days, and then started this trip. And I say all of that just to go back to the conversation with the stranger just now. He, oddly enough, is headed to Spring Hill, Florida, where my best friend Ryan lives, where I have lived, where I have worked. So random. And he's riding from California, from Los Angeles, to Spring Hill, Florida. So random to just meet somebody doing kind of the same trip as me, but in reverse order. And he said the wind has been fighting him the entire way. He was actually pushing his bike as I rode past him. We're going opposite directions, but we're on the same shoulder of Highway 90 here. And I stopped just to make sure he was okay. Maybe he needed a tube to fix a flat or something, but he was good. He was just pushing his bike because he said he's just exhausted from fighting the wind for so long. So it makes me feel better about my decision. Anybody who's been watching these videos since I started this ride across America for the last 2 weeks knows I've been bitching and moaning about the wind the whole time. And I was really starting to get annoyed with myself, thinking that I should have just stuck to my guns and found a way to California and ridden it from California to Florida. But now, after talking to that guy, I could have just been punishing myself just as bad that way. So I don't know. It's just funny out here riding, and every once in a while you'll see another person traveling by bicycle, and you can stop, compare notes. Man, I was so crushed yesterday, and today I'm feeling so much better. Maybe that's what this trip is just going to be, just a yo-yo of emotions, up and down. I'm feeling so much better about it right now. Just that 5-minute conversation with a stranger who could be full of crap. He could be lying to me, who knows? But I don't think he was. He seemed very sincere. Seemed like a nice person. I don't know, just happy right now. I'm currently on the bridge from Ocean Springs, Mississippi to Biloxi. Kind of neat. Had a bike path on this side of the bridge. I can remember seeing on television the bridge before this one during Hurricane Katrina was completely destroyed. It looked like a stack of dominoes just laid across the water from Ocean Springs all the way to Biloxi. If you look way off in the distance, I see the Imperial Palace Casino. I worked there for a couple years as a security officer slash manager. One of the many jobs I had in between the Navy and the Coast Guard. Anyways, yeah, I just thought I'd stop, shoot a brief video of the view from this bridge, from this bike lane. It's pretty awesome. Today is going so awesome. A little bit windy, but not nearly as bad as it has been lately, so I'll take it. So, riding along Highway 90 through Biloxi, just past the entrance to Keesler Air Force Base. I have so many memories of this area, having been stationed in Gulfport and coming to Gulfport for schools, living in Gulfport after I got out of the Navy for a little while. One of my favorite memories is right along this area right here, not too far from Keesler. This area in Harrison County, Mississippi used to have a event called Cruising the Coast, and it was this huge event open to like cars, motorcycles, classic cars, Euro tuners, anybody really. And it went on, I think it was always like weekend long, maybe even longer than that. But I used to bring my truck down here to the beach and park it and just leave it there for days, so I had a place to hang out with my daughter and watch everybody cruise up and down Highway 90 and do burnouts and all kinds of cool shit. So, I was just thinking about that as I ride through here years later. Funny where life takes you. I don't know if I ever would have thought I would spend any more time in Gulfport and Biloxi, Mississippi, but here I am cruising through on my bicycle. Whoa. Got about 30 miles to go for the day. Heading to Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Where a friend of a friend just offered me a place to stay tonight. So appreciated. I really do have amazing friends. A friend of mine called me up and said, hey, I've got a high school buddy that lives in Bay St. Louis. You guys should talk. He said you can stay at his place, and we texted, talked on the phone, and that's where I'm headed, to meet a friend of Greg's and have a place to sleep tonight. Today's been an awesome day. I needed this. crossing over the Bay St. Louis Bridge into Bay St. Louis, Mississippi. Another bridge with a protected bike lane. I'm loving that. Sun's starting to get low in the sky. I got 7 more miles to ride. It's going great today. It's been one of the best days so far on the trip. I think I'm gonna have close to 60 miles by the time I get where I'm going. Just knocking them off 1 mile at a time. I feel like the trip has really picked up speed since I got out of Florida. I feel like I blew through Alabama, and Mississippi's going by pretty fast as well. Not that I'm going to be out of Mississippi today or even tomorrow. But excuse me. Bay St. Louis is pretty far west, so I don't know where I'm going to go from here. Maybe north. Maybe just keep going west on 90. I don't know. Haven't decided. I got time to figure it out. What a beautiful scene it is from this bridge. See the railroad tracks over there. Trestle Bridge. It's been interesting riding across the Mississippi Gulf Coast yesterday and today, just to see how different things are since Katrina in 2005. I think Katrina was 2005. 20 years ago. It's crazy. Just to see how many places were just gone, replaced. The last apartment complex I lived in Biloxi, and my ex-wife and my daughter lived there during Katrina. Luckily they evacuated because that place was wiped off the face of the earth. When I rode past there, the sign for the apartments was still there. Sign still had the Maison d'Orleans apartments listed on it. But there's no apartments there now. There's a Quality Inn and a Waffle House sitting where those apartments used to be. Hello. Anyhow, a lot of stuff was replaced with modern buildings on stilts. The problem with Katrina when it came through the Mississippi Gulf Coast is I think the storm surge was 26 or 27 feet. So anything that was shorter than 26 or 27 feet was just obliterated. But mankind persists. We don't take a hint. We just keep building on the water. Everybody loves to live on the water. Good morning, everybody. I am pedaling through Mississippi. Left Bay St. Louis less than an hour ago. Right now on a little country road. No shoulder, but the traffic's light, and so far people have been very courteous. I got a tailwind today pushing me. Love that. So, in my last recap, I mentioned staying with friends of friends. I don't think I did the situation justice with my explanation. So, got to stay with some amazing people because one of them went to high school with my Navy buddy Greg. These people welcomed me in like I was family. Never met me before, don't know anything about me. Amazing food, amazing company. We played dice games. I was only gonna stay there one night. And I had such a good time hanging out with them and relaxing. When I woke up yesterday morning, my legs were pretty sore. I had done 3 pretty decent days in a row at that point. So Kelly is the gentleman's name that went to high school with my buddy Greg. Yesterday was his birthday. So yesterday morning we were sipping some coffee on his porch. And I'm like, hey, not to intrude on your birthday or anything, but would it be messed up if I asked to stay another night? And I didn't even get the sentence completed. He was like, yes, yes, stay another night, relax, celebrate my birthday with me. And they had a crawfish boil yesterday. Just everything about my 2 days in base St. Louis was incredible. As my camera flops down in all this traffic. Overwhelmingly nice people, really. I now have new friends that anytime I come through the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, I am certainly going to look them up to see if they're home. Just incredible people with incredible neighbors, incredible friends. Their kids are amazing. Just selfless people that open their lives, not just their home. They opened their lives to me and shared stories, and it was just incredible. I don't even know how to do this justice. I'm just trying to explain how grateful I am that I've got amazing friends, so many amazing friends all over the country that are making this bike trip possible. I knew there'd be bad days, I knew there'd be good days. I hoped that I would run into situations like I just did. Maybe there's more to come, who knows? Got a long way to go. Just cruising through Mississippi. California's still way off in the distance, but I'm getting there. A little bit at a time. Trying to make it to Picayune, Mississippi today. I think I'm gonna have to get a motel room. There's supposed to be thunderstorms tonight, severe weather, so. That's the plan. Just enjoy this tailwind all the way to Picayune. I hope everybody's day is going as great as mine, because mine's going pretty freaking awesome right now. Right now I'm on a little quiet country road. This vehicle passing me is the first one I've seen on this road. Jeep. It's a nice paved, quiet country road. I haven't even seen a house on this road yet. It's just woods. ride is feeling good today. Riding to the middle of nowhere, Mississippi. Oh, I did see signs on Google that there was a shooting range back here, and now I hear the shots. Probably where these vehicles are going, to the shooting range.